Hello, welcome to this edition of President's Desk. Great to be back with you after a little bit of time off, but excited to be back with you nonetheless. Today, have the pleasure of Gabe Winger joining us. Gabe has many roles that he plays on this campus: lead John Deere tech instructor, assistant dean for technology, technical education, and also faculty senate president. So Gabe, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, sir.
Really kind of trying to figure out a little bit more about who our employees are on campus, a little bit more about them for the public. So with that there, just talk to us a little bit about your background and how you got into the work of John Deere Tech.
So, my dad and grandpa lived on a farm south of Dodge City. It was about 10 miles south of Dodge City, and it was a Winger feedlot originally. And part of that is my dad kind of always wanted me to step in on the farm and help out there too. And we ended up losing the farm in about mid 90s. And but my dad always loved the farm. And when I was in high school in 2003, he found out that one of his old friends was actually in charge of the John Deere Tech program here on campus.
Okay.
And so he brought me up here and introduced me to one of the former instructors here. And pretty much just got signed up that day, and I went back to Sublette, Kansas, and worked for Hoskinson Implement. They're the ones who sponsored me through the program. So they sponsored me from 2004 through 2006 to get through the program, and that's ended up how I got through the John Deere Tech program, and that's kind of how I got involved with everything.
Yeah.
It really is one of those deals of I walked in and just knew, like, I really like this. I love this. I love the mechanics of it. And when I went back to work for John Deere after I had graduated from here, I was a combine specialist out for a field technician.
Right.
And so I spent quite a few years out working in the field, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. So.
Yeah. You know, the fact of working here at the college, obviously, what would you say is the best thing about working at the college? And then through your years of working at the college, what are you the most proudest of?
So I've been here a little over, right about 4 years now. And I can honestly say that one of my favorite things here is the people that work here and the people that I work with. I've got some amazing friends here, and some of my colleagues they're the best that I've ever met. And I really enjoy when we sit down and we try to work on something, we work together as a team. It's just a great camaraderie, and I really enjoy working here for that reason. I don't ever dread coming into work, and I've always really appreciated about that. Because not everywhere that you get to work at, you get to really like everyone. And so that part of it's really nice. One of the things that I'm most proud of, and it took us a couple of years, is when I took over the program, we were averaging 20 incoming freshmen a year. And John Deere does a scoring system called College of Tomorrow. And in that College of Tomorrow, they base it on a whole bunch of different things, such as how many incoming students do you have, how many students do you lose, what's your building shape, how's your equipment maintained, are you teaching the things you need to be teaching? And they rank that off of several different scores. And it goes from non-rated to bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. When I took over 4 years ago, we had a couple of bronzes and one silver at that point. Last year, we were able to get platinum, which is the highest score that we can get from John Deere. We've upgraded our facilities with the help of Garden City Community College, and we've grown exponentially, and our program has just flourished in the last few years. And I'm so proud of where we come from.
How are you assessing and working and gathering how to improve the John Deere Tech program?
So that's done in a couple different ways. One of the ways is that John Deere in corporate, they have in-house training facilities. And so Nate and I can both go to these training facilities and anytime that we want and go through their latest and greatest trainings. And what these training facilities do is show what is coming out, what's coming down the line. They want to make sure that we understand the technology that's going to be rolled out, and that we can have kind of first access to it to really see, this is what's coming out, this is how it's going to work, and this is what we need to know for the college.
What sage advice or words of wisdom would you have for students that are out there that may be listening, or parents that are listening? What sage advice or words of wisdom do you have for students that may be interested in the John Deere Tech program?
the best piece of advice that I can give to a student who thinks they may be interested in this program, and it's something that they wouldn't expect. You don't have to be a farm kid. You don't have to have farm experience. You don't have to have all of this knowledge, this perceived knowledge that we think you should have to have. Some of the best students I've ever graduated did not grow up on a farm, never turned a wrench. They were able to come in here and just absorb all this knowledge and understand really what we're trying to teach them, which is the proper way to mechanic and diagnose and stuff like that. And so if you think you're interested, if you've got the will and the passion to do it, you're going to succeed like better than most kids actually. It's all about the passion that's behind it. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or anything like that. It's if you have the heart, you can absolutely do this program.
What are kind of the future plans and the vision that you have or that we're looking at there with John Deere Ag Tech at Garden City Community College?
It's my vision is to continue actually what we've been doing now for about the last 4 years. I want to grow our facilities physically. Currently we're accepting 30 freshmen, which means that we can have at some point we're going to have roughly 60 kids inside of our shops. That's a lot of physical space, and so my hope and my dream that I would like to do is grow physically. What that's going to allow us to do is to start bringing in more participants in the program. Not only that, it's going to allow us to start changing some of the equipment that we're physically working on. Cotton pickers, cotton strippers, choppers, swathers. These are large pieces of equipment, and we're not really set up currently to handle them. Our market's evolving in a way that we need to start teaching some of this stuff. And so here in the next few years, I'd like to start figuring out a way to grow physically, and that way we can just incorporate new technology, new equipment, more students. So
Appreciate you joining us here
thanks
today.
so much, sir.